Hello everyone! Welcome to Decor Art Channel. How to pick paint colors for interior rooms. Here are 12 tips from the pros on choosing interior paint colors that give your home a rich personality. So you've renovated your house like a skilled surgeon, fixing structural flaws and preserving each room's distinct architectural character. But something's still missing. More than likely, that something is color the renovator's secret weapon. Did you know that crown molding can visually raise the ceiling or lower it, depending on how it contrasts with the walls? Or that deft use of color can turn one room into a lively gathering place and another into a relaxing space for curling up with a book. In today's open-plan homes, where kitchens, living rooms, and dining rooms are often one large space, color is used to help define interiors and create focal points in relatively featureless rooms. The trick, of course, is figuring out how to pick paint colors to use and where to put them. How to choose interior paint colors. 1. Create a color scheme that matches your home's furniture. In a world where thousands of colors can be yours for just $25 a gallon, it pays to consider the advice of architectural color consultant Bonnie Krems. Always remember that while there are thousands of paint chips at the store, there are only 7 colors in the paint spectrum, says Krems, referring to red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, what color theory students are often taught to remember by the mnemonic device ROIG? BIV. I always suggest eliminating a couple even before you go to the paint store. Here's her surefire step method 4. Creating a color scheme. Start by selecting 3 colors from an existing object in your home. Take a pillow from the family room sofa, your favorite tie or scarf, or a painting to anything that conveys comfort or has an emotional connection for you, and take that object to the paint store, says Krems. Find 3 sample strips with those colors, and you instantly have 2 colors you can use. Since each sample strip typically contains 6 paint colors, the next step is to choose one of the 3 paint colors as your wall color and to save the other 2 to be used around the room in fabric or furnishings. 3. To choose the colors for adjacent rooms, take the same original 3 color sample strips and select another color. 4. Finally, choose a 4th color that can be used as an accent. Splash a little of that color into every room of the house by way of a pillow or plate or artwork. It makes a connection between the spaces, Krems says. 2. Decide on the finish to create an appealing visual effect. Once you have your colors in hand, consider the finish you'll be using. Though today's flat paints have increased stain resistance, conventional wisdom has long held that a satin, also called eggshell finish, is best for walls because it is scrubbable and doesn't draw attention to imperfections. Semi-gloss and high-gloss finishes, it was thought, were best left to the trim, where they could accent the curves of a molding profile or the panels of a door. Today, however, finishes are also being used to create visual effects on the entire wall. Paint one wall in a flat or satin finish and the adjacent wall in a semi-gloss, both in the same color. And when the light hits the walls, it creates a corduroy or velvet effect, says Dodie Horn. Similarly, you can paint the walls flat and the ceiling semi-gloss to achieve a matte and sheen contrast. The ceiling will feel higher the more light reflective it is. Keep in mind that the higher the gloss, the more sheen and the more attention you draw to the surface. Used strategically, color and gloss together can emphasize your interior's best assets. 3. Match the color to the feeling you want in the room. The psychology of color is a minor obsession among paint professionals. Many say you should choose a color based at least in part on how a room is used and the mood you want to establish. Maxwell Gillingham Ryan, co-founder and editor of the blog Apartment Therapy, suggests painting social rooms, dining rooms, kitchens, family and living areas warm colors like daffodil yellow, coral, or cranberry, and give private rooms, home offices, powder rooms, bedrooms cooler hues like sage and green, violet, or sky blue. Keep in mind, when it comes to emotional effect, of course, one person's welcome a home orange will be another person's signal to scram. Debbie Zimmer, for one, declares that red will increase your appetites and your blood pressure. Blues and greens are nature of like and calming. Purple is loved by children, but not necessarily by adults. Yellow is inviting, and orange can be welcoming, but also a little irritating depending on the tint, tone, or shade. 4. Know your whites. Whites come in a staggering variety. Pure, clean whites are formulated without tinted undertones. These are favored by designers looking to showcase artwork or furnishings and are often used on ceilings to create a neutral field overhead. Most other whites are either warm with yellow, rust, pink, or brownish undertones for cool with green, blue, or gray undertones. There's Mary Rice says, use warmer whites in rooms without a lot of natural light, or to make larger spaces seem cozier. Cool whites, by contrast, can help open up a space. Test several at once to see which one works best with the other colors at play in the room. How to use interior paint colors. 5. Create flow in open plan spaces. Continuity is important on the ground floor, but color can help zone a big open space. Separating the dining area from the TV room, for instance. There's no need to stick to a single color or even a single color palette that is either all warm reds, oranges, yellows, or all cool blues, greens, bright whites. 6. Make small spaces feel bigger or cozier. What colors make a room look bigger? Generally, crisp whites can make a space feel bigger and more open, while warm colors create a sense of intimacy. At the most rudimentary level, large rooms generally can handle more color than small rooms. Lighter hues can open up a small space, while darker colors give the perception that the surfaces are closer than they are, says Debbie Zimmer. What colors make a room cozier? Of course, some small spaces don't need to feel big if you're aiming to create a welcoming or cozy atmosphere in a foyer, study, or library. For example, hunter green or rust may serve you better than pale peach or celery. 7. Using color architecturally. One of the most effective ways to use color to transform a room is to play up its architectural features. Molding, montels, built-in bookcases, arched doorways, wainscot, windows, and doors all offer an opportunity to add another layer of interest to colored walls. 8. Exploring using two different colors in the same room for a bolder approach. Try using two different colors in the same room. For example,